Tried to hide my heart and run away. Will it always be this way? I can't see the future. No way to say. You're beautiful, but you're flawed. You're desperate, but you're strong. You're lonely, but never alone. You're empty, like Wyoming. It's the nature of things. Try to leave a little of what you bring. Let's all join hands and form a ring. So cross your fingers and then we will sing. You're beautiful, but you're flawed. You're desperate, but you're strong. You're empty, but never alone. So you're empty, like Wyoming. You're beautiful, but you're flawed. You're desperate, but you're strong. You're lonely, but never alone. You're empty, like Wyoming and me. 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 If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true friend of mine. she has a coat so warm. To keep her from the howling wind. Please see for me that her hair's hanging long. And it rolls and it flows on.
Kingsmen came together in a garage. They could hardly even play, but they practiced night and day, and pretty soon they got to where they could really play that song, Louie Louie. So they saved up all the money from their shows, and they went into one of those studios, and they gave their version of that song, Louie Louie. Try. Now listen, I don't know the words to that song, and I'm pretty sure that the singer for the Kingsmen didn't know them either. If he did know them, he didn't get them right on that record. On that record, they're jumbled in his jaw. Remember? He says, me think of my girl, oh so constantly. I may make her ooh, ah. Well, that last part scared everybody from the PTA to the FBI. See, the kids have been going kind of crazy lately, and it seemed like nobody could figure out why, so they decided to form a coalition and launch an investigation, you know, for the children. They figured they at least had to try to figure out the words to that song. It was the feel good hit of this endless summer, getting them kids out of control. Sing along to that star-spangled banner. Hail, hail, rock and roll. Now, Marilyn Manson's real name, it's not Marilyn Manson. He's a public high school kid from Ohio. He's not some monster from out of this world. And like a lot of skinny high school kids, he was sick of getting beaten up by what they call a pulling guard all week, only to go out on the weekend and watch some quarterback get all the girls. So he formed a band, man. And now Marilyn Manson, he gets a lot of chicks. Still. They're weird chicks, but they're chicks. A few years later, a couple of latchkey kids go tragically mad, and everybody's gathered around the TV store at this mall. They want to know what went wrong, and this guy says, you think the life of a kid going to school around here could have got that bad? And this other guy said, no. Probably just the words to one of them fucking Marilyn Manson songs. You heard about that kid? Hell, Lord, I had to feel good. A hit of this endless summer, it gets these kids out of control. Singing along to their star-spangled bummer. Singing like, hail, hail, rock and roll. You know, every 10 years or so, our country and some other little country, we start firing all of our newest weapons at each other for some reason or another, right or wrong, like it or not, it happens. And when it happens, people get shot. And when people get shot, they show that on TV a lot, every night at 6 o'clock. And you don't have to be 18 to see that. Hell, you don't even have to be in first grade. First grade, where they're going to teach you the pride, they're going to tell you you need to thrive, in a world where they say that only the strong will survive. So taught the art of more, to compare to and to keep score Monday through Friday while you stare at the floor until Sunday. They make you go to school once more, only this time you got to wear a suit and a tie and listen to some guy who claims to know where people go when they die, tell you that only the meek are gonna inherit the earth. Well, fuck me running, man. By that time, how you supposed to know what anything is worth? Now, brothers and sisters, I am only just one guy. I clearly don't even know the words to that song, Louie Louie. But I can tell you right now, without batting so much as an eye, that the next time somebody's latchkey kid goes wrong, it ain't gonna be because of the words to some rock and roll and or rap song. And I ain't trying to preach to you either. I just trying to string a few words together to work my way around. Hey kids, let's get it on. Hey, let's get it on this morning. Yeah. Howdy-yites, my brothers and friends and neighbors and sisters. Check out that shirt. We're so proud. You know, this sweater was a gift to me from Lindsay McDonald. She got it from a guy named Howard Kaufman. This is from my garden. In the beginning, you know, man wondered to himself. He must have said to himself, why the fuck are we even here? And yet, with each asking of this question, the answer would become even less and less clear. Overwhelmed by fear, distraction must have took its place. And so it was in the world's first shelter that we must have begun the human race. The human race to fill up more and more empty space. And oh, how we must have loved the human race. Until one day this one guy says to this other guy, he says, hey, have you seen that guy over there? Seems like he got more than anybody else has got, man. To me now, that just does not seem fair. Well, second guy agreed with the first guy. Everybody else did too. Well, they all got so worked up that they figured that they knew what they needed to do. They would divide all his stuff up among each other. After they killed him, of course. For they could see no real good reason not to just take whatever they wanted to by force. But when they found him, he said, hey, wait a minute, fellas. Well, I wouldn't kill me just now. You can see that I got more than you ever got. Wouldn't you first at least like to know how? And with that, he had their attention. With that, he went on loud and clear. He said, you all know how long we have always wondered. We wondered why, oh, why are we even here? Well, today I'm going to tell you all about that. I'm going to teach you about suffering and bliss. I'm going to speak to you a little on a heaven and a hell and a good Lord that gave me all of this. God gave me all of this because I'm humble. And he can do the same for you too. But if you are seeking his love and affection, I'll tell you what you are doing now, man. That's the last thing I would do. Because the good Lord, he sends killers to hellfire. That's both here and then again eternally. And the good, why we live forever in a beautiful heaven. God told me that personally. So unless you want suffering and heartache, unless you want troubles and fear, you better find some kind of way to humble yourself. May I suggest helping me clean up a little bit around here? Well, you know, of course, I could pay you just a little bit of money for it, but then, more importantly, the good Lord would see. He would see that you was working humbly for someone, and he would reward you the way that he has rewarded me. And with that, he had their attention. For they did not know what to do, and since it seemed like he had what everybody else thought they wanted, well, it seemed like the thing to do. And with that, we have rolled into this future, and ain't it a son of a bitch to think that we would still need religion to keep the poor from killing the rich. Who you going to trust if you can't trust me? Who you gonna trust, baby? Who you gonna trust if you can't trust me? In the beginning, that was I like having this thing where I can check myself out. See our new shirts? I keep grabbing the wrong one. There, let me get this thing off my melon. Oh man, it's raining out. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Good evening. Or shall I say this afternoon? It would behoove me audaciously at this juncture in our compilation to officially declare this congregation the single largest amalgamation of any one particular nation's population to ever receive an invitation to a situation of such enduring magnitude. Forthwith and notwithstanding any misunderstood grandstanding as it would pertain to the expansion of our national tantrum in such a grand and or irrational fashion that I would implore you to explore a more tangible interpretation of our national anthem, the likes of which we could plausibly take plantham, if you would turn with me in your hymnals to the book of verbatim, botherations ad nauseatum. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Alright, ain't that some bullshit? I say, ain't that some bullshit? When you allow good men to go on dying for your freedom, only later to recall them as having fought for your flag, that's some bullshit. Henceforth, forthwith, fourscore, and way too many more years before the last first responder ever forgot to remember 7/11 untoward a more perfect reunion of our most effervescent endeavor to linger forever with or without the express written consent of any nationally resented softball league's best politically motivated, preconditioned intentions to lure your children away from these lives of crime that they are leading out on the streets and lead them to lives of crime that would be taking place indoors, lives of collusion, the likes of which this world has never seen before, depending on what your definition of the word is. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Read my lips and I will show you my taxes. And by that I mean if I am elected. I didn't say none of that. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Oh, ain't that some bullshit? Man, that was hard on the grip. A lot of words. I'm in the mood to pick today, though. They named that goddamn kiss-ass handyman vice president of human resources or something. He stood up and made a speech about how we all have to work even harder now. I said harder now, harder at what? I would give anything to get up and walk out of here, but I'm stuck on the corner of sanity and madness, looking them over, can't see no difference. Making money out of paper out of trees, making so much money we can hardly breathe. You wanna hear the shit that I get from my daughter? She says that she can't even stand the sight of the car I bought her. It's gonna ruin her life forever. She don't ride a ragtop. Her and her mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. They're trying to break us for the sake of our neighborhood. They need everybody up and down the street to think we're doing good. We're stuck on the corner. Sanity and madness, all I look in them over, can't see no difference. Making money out of paper out of tree, Lord, and making so much money we can hardly breathe. I didn't even want to study economics, My parents made me, they said that was gonna be practical. Well, I can't make my kid do a goddamn thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He's just as unimpressed by these plaques in my cubicle as I'm secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything so completely irresponsibly. I'm stuck on the corner. Sanity and madness, looking them over. Can't see no difference. Making money out of paper, paper out of tree. Making so much money we can hardly breathe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Making money out of paper, paper out of trees. Making so much money. Lord God, we're making so much money. I say we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. We can hardly breathe. A pedophile from a dying road. Into the wind it blows through fate. While down below the ground there grows another rose that can hardly wait. Well, 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 well. Oh, well, 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 well. You know, my uncle finally died of a heart attack. Bursting with pride, he was way overweight. There was hardly anybody at the funeral besides the ones who thought they might divide the estate. Well, 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 well. The preacher couldn't tell us everything that he did, but he said every kind thing that he could. Mostly focusing on long ago when he was just a kid and his intentions had all been so good. A petal falling from a dying road. Into the wind it gonna blow through fate. While down below the ground there grows another rose that can hardly wait. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. My mother said when he was younger he was skinnier, kinda funnier, humble as a white picket fence. When he got older, he got fatter. He left his wife for someone younger. Started showing up here drunk and making less and less sense. Less and less sense. Dying road. Into the wind it's gonna blow through fate. While down below the ground there grows another rose that can hardly wait. Well, my Uncle Sammy finally died of that heart attack. Bursting with pride, he was way overweight. Through the eye of a needle on a camel's back, the American dream just hit the pearly gate. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Well, well, well. That's fun to play. I don't play that as much as I used to. I got this song. Some military kid with my same name gave me that. All right, man. I'm really having fun. I wanted to do that one, you know, that was supposed to be like, I guess, I don't know. It's on that Peace Queer record. This one I made up with Peter Cooper. I had a bunch of the words laying around for a long time. I used to live out in Fairview, and there was this, I lived right on the highway there, and there was a guy that lived next door to me, and he had his dog chained up. And I figured, like, I would walk past their house every day, And I knew right on the road where I could walk, and that dog would see me, and he'd come flying out off the porch to get me. And then that chain he was connected to, I could keep it to where he would just get that far and then just die of frustration. And I thought, fuck, that's what I do, you know. And then I think I started thinking, I had this stuff about my dad in here. Some songs I'm not sure exactly what they're about. They're just this streaming thing. There's only two kinds of people as far as I can tell. The terminally ill and the worried well. Every time I have tried to climb up out of a wishing well, I only made it up just high enough to hurt when I fell. Well, did you ever wonder? Of course you did. I've always wondered how you kept it all so well hid. I've had my heart wide open since I was a kid. I've got a lot of love. I got a lot of it. Always inches from my ankles when he runs out of chain. My neighbor's dog knows I know how to drive him insane. I like to give him a little taste of what I'm feeling all day. Always chasing after something slightly too far away. You think you down to nothing, you ain't seen nothing yet. I am down and out to just about as nothing as it gets. I'm working all day, every day to pay my debts. I need a lot of love, but I need a ton of it. I got a lot of love. Oh, I got a love. My old man, he was always such a bunch of reckless fools. He lived by his own set of not-so-golden rules. The kind of a show-off that hated a show-off's guts. I've always figured that's what must be driving me nuts. But I got a lot of my love for you. I need a ton of that loving from you. Said, ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, yeah. All right. I want a 6-foot tombstone, 3 feet thick, with the words engraved. I tried to tell you all I was sick, so you'll know that I was right when you go walking on past. You tried to tell me I was well, but look who's laughing last. You down to nothing, you ain't seen nothing yet. Down and out to just about as nothing as it gets. I'm working all day, every day I try to pay my debts. I got a lot of love, I need a lot of it. Ooh, 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 wee. Ooh, ooh, wee, baby. Ooh, 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 Hey, baby. Yeah, man, I'm having fun today. Requests aren't my thing, man. I can't get into it. Sometimes at a gig, if it's Saturday and everyone's just... I love doing it. A lot of times, though, as a secret, a lot of times I make a set list and then just say, what do you want to hear? And then everyone yells stuff. And I just play what was on the set list. Somebody yelled it. I've done that a bunch. And most of the time I can't hear what everyone's yelling, so who knows what I heard, you know? My dad, I sing this song about him. He was a kind of a show-off that hated his show-off's guts. And he would drink, he'd get fucking tanked up sometimes and sing. My whole family's very, very funny. And actually everyone can sing. But my dad liked to sing. And he would get drunk and he would say, who sings better than me? And then he'd be, he looks so good tonight. Fucked up all the way. He always added tonight at the end of everything. You know what I mean? And it would be like, well, tonight's at the end of a lot of stuff. This one's today, though. I feel I'm missing you today. Sometimes I'll just get this way. It seemed like everything I say will bring back into memory. I feel I'm missing you today. You're never too far from my mind. I feel like crying sometimes. It's always been so hard to do, especially when it's come to you. You're never too far from my mind. I know someday I'll see your smiling face again. I don't know when, but I know it's true. One other thing I know, no matter where we go, you love me and I love you. I can't help but wondering out loud if we would have ever worked things out. I wish I could make amends for anything I might have said back then. I can't help wondering out loud. I feel I'm missing you today. Ain't letting nobody stand in my way. I'm gonna pull down these shades and play some old song. Man, I like to play that one. Last call, last time. You know you generalize all the time. I hate to tell you, but you're a slip is showing, and I hate to see you walk around not knowing Well, I know I say that I ran away, but we both know that's just talk. At the end of the day, if the time ever came, hey, who would run away if they knew they could walk? It was easy, too easy to do. You ever walk out on me, baby? I'm coming after you. Broken people can't be stopped or saved. Well, like hurricanes, a tidal wave, leave a little mark on you like, oh, so wide, so lipstick around the sidewalk and a cigarette. But, oh, you know, lately, you don't even call me half of the time when you tell me you will. They could bury this town into the cold ground before they'd even slow down that room mill. It just churns and churns while everybody else is shutting down. Yeah, that is, until I hear from you, I'm gonna have to listen to what's going around. Yeah. Until I hear from you, I'm going to have to listen to what's going around. There's nothing in the world that I would not rather do than roll around forever in some kind of a heaven with all of you. If there ain't no heaven, well, that'll be alright too, won't it? No, it won't, but what you gonna do about it? Nothing. Oh, baby, just call me once in a while when you tell me you will. Don't you know they could bury this town into the cold ground before they would ever close down that rumor mill? No, it just churns and churns while everybody else is shutting down. Until I hear from you, I've got to listen to what's going on. Until I hear from you, I've got to listen to what's going on. That was kind of sad. I don't usually like to sing it, but that felt fun to do. I'll tell you this, though. You want to know a suck-ass thing about that one? You try to do this all the time, but one time the Hardworking Americans were in a restaurant listening after that record had come out. And, well, I shouldn't even tell you this, but over the speakers, a Willie Nelson song came on. And I was like, hey, that's the melody to our song. You know, I thought, well, probably not, you know. And then it was the fucking Coldplay one. Ba-da-da-da-da. I can't believe it. Can't believe I took that. I owe that guy $10, $12, obviously. You know, I also got a bit of a wang going. Can you smell that at the house? That's a hippie thing. Do you ever have that thing going? God dang it. That thing going where like if you don't, like hippies don't shower really. And that's a lot of that is because if a hot shower gets all the pot out. So fuck it, right? So we don't shower till the 11th hour. And it's usually because someone says, hey, come on, you know. But have you ever noticed this? if someone says, hey, you should shower, and you're like, maybe, and then somehow you space it that day, then the next time someone says shower, you're like, can't do it, not doing it. I'm in that spot right now. It's been a long time, and I like it. I'm digging it. The great unwashed. Same with teeth, What is that? My teeth are like the Spice Girls. All different colors and sort of unsuccessfully doing their own thing now. That's not mine. That was from some show I saw. Well, hey, man. Stoners don't brush their teeth and shit. Over bridges made of ashes from the embers of old flame. I lost my way in my hope, and now I am hoping to lose my shame. All for one, free for all. They said no to ever fall the same. Over bridges made of ashes, let we all return from where we came. Over ramper, a wave of gain to a purple mountain jamboree, where we always break out in handcuffs from overexposure to the heat. Ain't gonna be no tent city shakedown, holding my window with a sail. I'm gonna change my mind in no time. I'm gonna be back on school side, riding rail, all for one, free for all, calling all the great unwashed. Over bridges made of ashes, may we all return to from where we belong. Over ramper, a wave of gain to a purple mountain, a jamboree, where we always break out in handcuffs from overexposure to the heat. All for begging for change in the street, begging for change in the street, begging for change out in the street, begging for change out on the street. Out on the street. I don't really get out much because of I'll get out and loot a little, riot some, I broke that window. Did you see that downtown? I was just against that window. I always have been. And I thought, here's my chance. I mean, this piece here is enjoyable. I'll tell you, I hope you won't judge me for my hygiene, but very early in my rock career, someone said, learn to live like an animal and the jungle will repay. Am I right? Low gray clouds rolling over my head. I'm walking up this hill to get my fortune read. I can still take the rejection, but it gets harder to do. I wish I could show you how you hurt me in a way that didn't always hurt you too. Tennis shoes hanging from a telephone wire. I've got a little money, I could get a little higher. I was all right for a while, but you know how that goes. Everything in moderation, including moderation, I suppose. I never did like the people where I was employed. They were always out to get me 'cause I'm paranoid. Now I am working for myself and I don't pay a lousy dime. If what we are here to do is learn to forgive, I'm gonna need more time. Too soon to tell, too soon to tell, too soon to tell. By my Lord, it's too soon to tell what's going to happen to you when you die. It's too soon to tell what we will ever avenge. They say that living well is the best revenge. I say bullshit. The best revenge is revenge. Oh Lord, this isn't over. We're gonna meet again. Then I said, good Lord, if you're still out there, you have sure got some nerve. It seems like even the wicked, we get worse than we deserve. We're afraid to die, every goddamn one of us. I swear to God, it's like you're making fun of us. It's not worth keeping, man, or it's too good to keep. There ain't no other kind of secret, and if you got it, keep it from me. And if you're so God Almighty, well, hey, what's with all this mystery? I would love to trust you, buddy, but you are clearly keeping secrets from me. Too soon to tell, too soon to tell, too soon to tell. By my Louie, too soon to tell what's gonna happen to you when you die. At the fortune teller's on the second floor, in bright red letters hanging off of a door, it said closed. I think it might have been some kind of a sign. Oh Lord, don't give up on me, baby. I think I could be losing my mind. I have just met too many people. I love them all too much. They're scattered all over this whole country. I can never possibly stay in touch with all of them, man. I'm fucking traveling. Almost forever, it seems. Yeah, I woke up one of them mornings. I said, oh, I got a lot more memories than I've got dreams. Oh, gray clouds rolling over my head. I'm walking down this hill. I didn't get my fortune read, and I still take this rejection, but damn. I wish I could show you how you hurt me in a way that wouldn't hurt you too. Ain't that always the way? Sorry. That's the rain chord. Always makes me think of Oregon, because in Oregon, it's just drizzling, drizzling, drizzling. Out there where Lady Antebellum lives in the Great Northwest, you follow that? They tried to Nashville, that poor girl, and she saw them coming all the way up that fucking wood road. But they prayed together, and then it all went haywire after that. We prayed with her. Mom, we talked to her. We prayed with her together. I'm sorry to be so cynical. Here, give them the fucking money, all of it. Then make the video you said you were going to make. Then do the song you said you were going to do. And then change your fucking name to something reasonable. Antebellum means before the Civil War. So, yes, that made it through a whole office. 2 of them. That sounds fucking terrific, kids. And 15 years later or whatever. Not going to go well. Not going to go well. I used to jam with Lady A, out, the real one, out in Portland. Taught her everything she knows, probably. Oh, what song am I going to do? Well, probably moving back out to Portland now after all that. That's logging country. I want to say this. The thing I like about this the most is that I get to, I feel like I get to play hometown shows. Ed Hallberg, the Francis family, Sis Francis, Todd Francis, any of them, Kochick family. I'm surprised. A lot of them, like the Francises, I learned a lot of my music or the records I have were in their basement. Eddie Hallberg turned me on to blues, and Buffett, man, he's still the king of the Parrotheads. And I think Kochick was real into music too. I think he's had a relative that played with the Who. Otis, Sadie, all my brothers. Jesuit sucks. This is a song about logging, I guess. First day with the new fingers in. I come from not far from here a long time ago. Spent years on that mountain before they even built this town below. I had a place on a ridge with a view of a mile around until the day those men came up and dragged me into town. It was a shame what they did to me. It was a crying shame. It was a shame the way they treated me. Back in town, they beat me down so bad that I passed into something else. When I awoke, I looked, I couldn't even recognize myself. I was completely covered in useless information anybody looking could see. I was thrown into the back of a truck with a rubber band stuck around what was left of me. The next thing I know, I'm thrown into some guy's yard, and then I wait a little while, old man walks out in the bathrobe, picks me up and he walks me back in, and he freed me from that rubber band, all right, but then it would just seem like a flash. He glanced me over once and then he threw me in the trash. Ooh, it was a shame what it did to me. Ooh, it was a crying shame. It was a shame the way they treated me. Well, that's how I ended up here on this old landfill lying around, waiting on this big old pile of garbage. We're on to work its way back underground, where I hope to grow up tall again, maybe even right here on this very spot. Well, that might seem like a pipe dream to you, but dollface, it's all I've got. Man seems to think the world was made for him, and that might be true, but there is a crack in every sidewalk with grass breaking through. You know what I'm talking about. Stick with me, someday you're gonna have it made in the shade of a tree. I said, you know what I'm talking about, baby. Stay with me, someday we have it made in the shade of a tree. Someday we have it made in the shade of a tree. Hey, that's a recycling number. Hey, if I just want to talk about the environment for a second. I'm being serious. You know what? I was telling Brian, though, this is something I don't think I've told a ton of people because I just forgot this. Remember? We were talking about what could I tell people today that would be interesting. And I thought, okay, so Keith Sykes, one of the best songwriters ever, wrote Coast to Marseille, wrote The Last Line, wrote Volcano, wrote You Got Gold, wrote, God, what else? He wrote a bunch of the Prime, tons of Guy Clark, the king of the co-writers, man. All the best writers go to Keith's house to get some work done. Anyway, here's a secret. I don't think he'd mind anybody knowing this. When he was about my age, or maybe a little younger, late 40s, he took tap. He took a tap dancing class. I never told you that, huh? And he got really good. And he's probably still really good. Like, fucker can tap. He also invented a chair. I used to we'd sit around and talk about music while I'd make that chair. Fucking good cat. Keith Sykes, man. This song, for Keith and Dream. Well, if we never get together again, please forgive me for all of these fools I've been. See if you can remember me when I was listening to my better angels. Or just see if you can remember me when I was listening. It's like a force of nature. It's coming over me. Well, I can't keep myself from can't keep from moving. It's like a force of nature. May your hopes always outweigh your doubt, till this whole world finally punches you out. May you always play your music loud enough to wake up all of your neighbors. Or may you play at least loud enough to always wake yourself up. But it's like a force of nature is coming over me. Well, I can't keep myself from moving. I can't keep from moving. It's like a force of nature. It's like a force of nature. Oh, yeah. Like a force of nature. Like a force of nature. That one. That's probably my favorite from that last record. I thought I was at Dave. I thought I was making it up for Dave. Sometimes I think it's for my ex-wife. Who knows? Who knows? Remember this? Well, when I first moved to Memphis, Keith Sykes was on the radio all the time. Yeah. Well, I'm not strange, I'm just like you. I got the very same frustrations too. You should have seen me down at the bar last night. I lacked 15 cents to get me just right. I said I'm a good guy, and there's no shit about half the time I'm full of it in the morning. I like bacon and eggs, and I got ball between my legs. I said I'm not strange, I'm just like you. I'm not strange, I'm just like you. I'm not strange. I don't know if I remember the rest. That's Keith Sykes made that up. Jerry Jeff recorded it. Jimmy wanted to, I think. That's my thing, my favorite thing. Nothing good ever comes after it, but I do enjoy that. A gypsy woman told my mama. Anything. Usually somebody telling, you do that, and then you tell them what they told your mom when you were born. And then you wrap it up by what, you know. Ooh. Or you want to get the girls to head for the bar or the restroom at the middle of a concert, just go, all right, for our next one. And the girls go, fuck. Take your time. Tell me slow. Should I stay? When we both know you thought you knew what I was just about to say, but you did not know, and you always think you do. I tell you, I've been looking back over my shoulder. It's not you that I've got to blame. If I could do all this all over, I would do nothing the same. Seemed like the right thing at the time, though. Well, it seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, 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 I try to remember. It helps me to forget. The older I get, oh, stand on it, boy. Yep. All right. The older I get, the more I worry. The more I worry, the older I'm gonna get, and yet I still worry about that. Ain't that about a son of a bitch? I tell you, some guys can't take no for an answer. Some guys can't take yes for an answer. I can't say for sure how I ended up here, but if I had to guess, I guess I would give this for an answer. Seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, that seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, 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 oh. I'm trying to find some kind of way I can cope. I've got to admit, it's hard to admit. Oh, it's hard to admit, but it ain't so much the despair that gets me as it is the hope. God, there's always hope. When I found myself in possession of these car keys, well, I just naturally assumed that I could drive. Ooh, ooh, yeah, baby. It seemed like the right thing at the time. Well, it seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, oh, oh. I'm gonna tell you the story. Probably think better of it later. But I'm placing it out in my mind. You know, these shows, it looks like we're gonna do, man, I think the year's over. September just fell out, right? October's gonna fall right the fuck out. We're here, we're doing this, so thank you so much. You keep me alive. I don't know what we would be doing without these. And my buddy Mark, everybody, Joel, Colin, Brian, and my buddy Mark, I think a lot of people, see, because these guys don't watch, they don't give a shit. They hardly like me at all. They've been on the road with me forever. They heard the bullshit. 18 minutes. But, okay, so I'll tell you this. Let me see if I can tell this without getting myself losing friends. So Bob Mercer, when I first moved to town, was trying to find some weed. And Bob Mercer was the head of MCA, the president of Margaritaville Records. And so he told, I couldn't find any, and he's like, I'm going to tell you a number, but man, if I find out that you told this story publicly ever, I'll kill you. But he's dead now. No, but he was like, man, be really careful with this. This is no joke. So I call this number, and I get told where to go. And I can't say where it was, but it was in Nashville, and it was a big apartment. And I get buzzed in, And then I go in there, and this old man opens the door, and there's another old man in there, and it's this enormous apartment, a bunch of TVs everywhere. So I'm thinking, okay, this guy's also running some, sports stuff, And then I see on the sofa a singer for one of the most popular country groups ever. And then I get my grass and start having this buddy, this friend of mine. I can't say his name because he's still working. And he sort of is the, he has a pretty serious operation that he works in and out of our scene, But anyway, I was over at his house one day, and I was really down, and he was saying I had to get out and golf. And I was like, that's folk, you don't do that, And he was saying, man, all these other singers did it, and all the other singers there would say they did it. And you got to do it. And I don't know how to do that. And they were like, it's just being outside. So great. So one day, my friend, I guess I've already outed you. So one day there's a knock at my door, and this guy says, my friend said to stop by and give you these golf clubs. They're great clubs. And said that Mark teaches golf. That's his thing. So if you want to learn to play, he said he'd take me. So then we went to play, and I was like, okay, in fact, I can show you how to. So here's golf. He said it's just like this. It's easier than I thought. The ball, you have the bag with the sticks, and you take one of those sticks, and you hit that ball into that hole. It's way down there with a flag coming at it. And I said, Mark, am I supposed to hold it a certain way? No. And does it matter which sticks? No. And then the first time I hit it, it kind of just squibbed off into the woods. And he was like, that was good. And I was like, well, what do we do now? And he was like, well, go look for it. And then we went over and we were looking for that ball for like fucking ever. And I thought, I like this game, It's like Easter egg, but you get to hit a thing. Am I wrong? Then I went to the Jack Ingram Soiled Celebrity Classic and dominated. Ain't that right, Black Jack Ingram? I got more points than anybody. Hey, life too short to worry, life too long to wait. Too short not to love everybody, life too long to hate. I meet a lot of men that haggle and finagle all the time. They're trying to save a nickel, maybe make it a dime. Well, I may up no sorry, but I ain't got no time. Oh, Miss Virgin, she tended bar at a shack out in the hill. And never paid her no money, boy, she paid all of her bill. She might have been 80 years old, her heart was warm and her beer was cold. She gave away more than she ever sold, she was smiling all the time. I used to sing off in the corner every Friday night to a loud crowd of cowboys, bikers and barroom fights. They'd be drinking beer, they'd be carrying on, and not a one of them would listen to one of my songs. But old Miss Virgie, she'd be singing along. She said she knew them all by heart. And then one night after we closed that place, she poured me a beer. She said, come over here and sit down, you little shit. I got something that you need to hear. She said, life isn't that easy getting through. Everybody gonna try to make it tough on you. I tell you right now, if you dig what you do, never gonna get you down. Help me sing it home, all right? Life too short to worry, life too long to wait. Too short not to love everybody, life too long to hate. I meet a lot of men that haggle and finagle all the time, trying to save a nickel, maybe make it a dime. Not me though, baby, no siree. Perception is 9/10 of the law, you know. Look out. Look out, big-legged bombers is back in style. I ain't seen no Miss Virgin. It's been about 30-some years. I've been bumming around this country. I sing my songs for chips and beers, mostly beers. Now the nights are long and the traveling's tough. The hotels are weird and the pay sucks. I can't dig what I do now. They never ever get me down. I'm always singing about a life too short to worry, life too long to wait. Too short not to love everybody, life too long to hate. You're the lady me to lot of men that haggle and finagle all the time, trying to save a nickel, maybe make it dime. Life, babe, oh no, sorry, baby, I ain't got no time. Well, pick it one more then. No, don't do that, just pick it. Okay. Old Todd Snider is a good bunch of guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the service this weekend. We're gonna have to do them forever, so we hope you keep tuning in. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brian and Joe and Colin and Mark. I'd like to send this out to my fellow Oregonians. Ed Halbert from the Kings Boys. Oh, baby, I said we gotta go. Yeah, 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 Louie. Oh, baby, we gotta go now. Tonight, it did it, I sail the sea. So, myself, I said, no, I'll take you in there where my hair, some make it, you're in my tattoo. When I said, Louie, oh, baby, we gotta go now. Yeah, 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 Louie. Oh, baby, I said, now go now. Yeah, 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 well, a fine little girl, she wait for me. Said, oh, well, I'll crawl the seat up. I said, I'll take it, I think she's there. I'm better, I'm moving, I hear that. I said, Louie. Oh, baby, I said, we gotta go now. Yeah, 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 Louie. Oh, baby, I said we gotta go now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hi, little girl, the Simon sea. Say go, girl, all constantly. I make a under. I said I make out at home. I said, Louie. Oh, baby, I said, we gotta go now. Yeah, 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 Louie. Oh, baby, we gotta go now. Yeah, 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 Louie. Oh, baby, we gotta go now. Yeah, 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 we gotta go now. Yeah, 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 we gotta go. Now. May the presence of positivity be with you, my brethren, and I see ya in my dreams tonight. Who sings better than me? Huh? Totally played with my teeth at the end. I got a dusty old pile of vinyl records sitting on my floor. I've played each one of them over and over at least a dozen times more. All I got is a beat-up chair, a mattress, a fork, another one to spare, and that dusty old pile of records on my floor. I got Willie Whalen, Woody Guthrie, Jimmy Buffalo, I love it, and Bobby Gentry, Jerry Jeff, Bob Dylan, Donnie Fritz, Dead in the Doors, Betsy Klein, John Prine, and more. I got Jackson Brown, Towns, Van Zandt, Seven, Leonard Skinner, Harry Chapin, got Clark Van Halen, Rita Chris, Keith Sykes, and Country Joe when he was singing with the fish, you know. I got Emmylou, U2, and Arlo, James Taylor, Jimmy Rogers, Hank Williams, and Mojo Nixon, Hendrix, Haggard, and a whole lot more. And that dusty old pile of vinyl records I've got sitting on my floor. One time in San Francisco, I was standing in the airport line. One bag I had all them clothes, other was all them old records of mine. Well, the lady said I could only bring one bag. I had two of them. What a drag, I had to jump on the plane and leave all my clothes behind. I got Willie Whalen and Woody Guthrie, Jimmy Buffalo, I love it, Bobby Gentry, Jerry Jeff, Bob Dylan, Donnie Fritz, and Dead in the Doors, Patsy Cline, John Prine, and more. I got Jackson Brown, Towns, Van Zandt, Zeppelin, Leonard Skinner, Harry Chapin, got Clark Van Halen, Rita Chris, Keith Sykes, and Country Joe when he was singing with the fish, you know. I got Emmylou, U2, and Arlo, James Taylor, Jimmy Rogers, Hank Williams, and Mojo Nixon, Hendrix, Haggard, and a whole lot more, and a whole lot more. All the Booker T's, Tom T. Halls, Bobby Bear, Belafonte, and the New York Dolls, Billy Joe, Jimmy Croce, Kiss Crosby, Stills, Dan Nash, John June, and Roseanne Cash. I got Forbert, Fromm, Old Sam, and Dave, T-Bird, Yardbird, Stevie Ray, and if you're one of the 10 or 12 people that bought my third, you've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. You've got to spread joy to the maximum. Bring your blues down to the minimum. Who knows? A pandemonium is liable to show up on the scene. Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do when things got dark? What did they do when everything got so dark? They said you've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. You've got to bring joy up to the maximum. Lower your blues down to the minimum. Who knows? Pandemonium is liable to show up on the scene.